You're not lazy, you're scared. The real reason you keep procrastinating. I need you to hear that before anything else. Because for years, you have probably told yourself the opposite. You have called yourself lazy in the mirror. You have written it in your notes app at 2 a.m. You have let other people say it about you and just nodded, because it was easier than arguing. But what if that word has been lying to you this whole time? What if the thing stopping you from starting your work, from sending that message, from opening that document you've had minimized for 3 days, isn't laziness at all? What if it's something your brain is doing on purpose, to protect you from something far scarier than an unfinished task? By the end of this video, you will never use the word lazy to describe yourself again. Not because I told you to stop, because you'll understand exactly what's actually happening in your head, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. Let's start with a moment you already know. You're sitting in front of your laptop. The task is right there, it's not even that hard. You've done harder things before, but you just sit there. Your hand drifts to your phone for 1 minute. 40 minutes disappear. You don't even remember what you scrolled through. And now there's this low hum of guilt sitting in your chest, the kind that doesn't go away. It just gets quieter as the day goes on, until you promise yourself again that tomorrow will be different. Tomorrow comes. Nothing changes. You watch other people move forward, post the thing, send the application, start the business, finish the degree, and some part of you whispers, "What's wrong with me? Why can everyone else just do it?" Here's what's wrong: nothing. Here's what's actually happening. Your brain thinks it's saving your life. Laziness, in the way we normally use the word, implies apathy, not caring. But you care. You care so much it hurts. If you didn't care, the guilt wouldn't exist. Guilt is not the emotion of someone who doesn't care. Guilt is the emotion of someone who cares deeply and is terrified of what happens if they try and it isn't enough. That's the reframe. Underneath almost every case of laziness is fear wearing a disguise. Fear of failure, because if you never really try, you never really fail. Fear of judgment, because an unfinished thing can't be criticized. Fear of rejection, because a message never sent can't be ignored. Fear of imperfection, because a first draft feels like proof you're not good enough. And the one nobody talks about, fear of success. Because success brings expectations. If you do it once, people expect you to do it again. And some part of you isn't sure it can. There's a deeper thing underneath all of these, and it's called identity protection. Let me tell you about someone who lived inside this exact trap. There was a student, we'll call her Myra, in her 3rd year of a demanding program, thousands of miles from home, barely making ends meet. She had a research paper due that could change her academic standing. She had 3 weeks. She opened the document on day 1, wrote a title and closed the laptop. Day 2, same thing. By day 15, she hadn't written a single paragraph, and she wasn't watching Netflix. She wasn't out with friends. She was lying in bed, staring at the ceiling, hating herself, unable to explain why she couldn't just start. What was actually happening was that the paper had become, in her mind, a referendum on whether she was smart enough to be there at all. As long as it stayed unwritten, that question stayed unanswered, and unanswered felt safer than answered badly. On day 16, out of sheer desperation, she gave herself one rule: write for 5 minutes, garbage is allowed, then you can stop. She wrote for 5 minutes, then 20. Then she didn't stop until 2 a.m. The paper wasn't perfect. It also wasn't the referendum she feared. It was just a paper, and she passed. Now a story you already know the outline of, even if you've never heard it told this way. Abraham Lincoln lost election after election, faced business failures, personal tragedy, and long stretches of what his own letters describe as deep despair. By any modern definition, he had every excuse to sit down and stop trying. What separated him wasn't the absence of fear or failure. It was that he kept acting inside it. Every failed campaign was, underneath, the same fear Myra had. What if I try and I'm still not enough? He never got an answer that satisfied the fear. He just kept moving anyway. That's the part people leave out of the inspirational quote. Courage wasn't a feeling he arrived at. It was a decision he kept making over and over while still scared. So why does your brain do this to you? Why avoidance specifically? Your brain is not designed to make you happy or productive. It's designed to keep you safe, and it uses emotional discomfort as its alarm system. Uncertainty registers as danger. An unwritten essay, an unsent message, an unstarted business. These are all uncertain outcomes, and uncertainty lights up the same regions of the brain that respond to physical threat. Your brain genuinely cannot tell the difference between this task might go badly and there is a predator nearby. So it does what it's evolved to do for 100,000 years. It tells you to get away from the threat. And here's the trap. The moment you close the laptop or pick up your phone, the anxiety drops immediately. That relief is real. It's also exactly why this becomes addictive. Every time you avoid, your brain logs it as a successful escape from danger, which makes it more likely to reach for avoidance again next time. You are not weak-willed. You have accidentally trained a very effective survival response to fire at the wrong target. The good news is that this loop runs in reverse too. Action, even small, imperfect action, sends your brain a different signal. It tells your nervous system, this thing I was afraid of is survivable. So let's make this useful. Here's what you actually do with this. First, the 5-minute rule. Whatever you're avoiding, commit to 5 minutes only, with permission to stop after. You're not tricking yourself. You're lowering the threat level enough that your brain stops sounding the alarm. Almost every time, 5 minutes turns into more, because starting was the actual obstacle, not finishing. Second, take the ugly first step on purpose. Write the bad paragraph. Send the imperfect message. Make the rough draft. Perfectionism is fear with a nicer name, and the fastest way through it is to deliberately do something badly before you try to do it well. Third, separate your identity from your performance. You are not your unfinished project. A rough draft is not evidence about your worth. It's evidence that you started, which is the only part that was ever actually hard. Fourth, chase progress, not perfection. Progress compounds. Perfection waits. 1 page today beats 20 imagined perfect pages that never get written. Fifth, build momentum through small wins. Your brain needs proof that action is safe before it will stop fighting you on it. Every small completed thing is a receipt you're handing your nervous system that says, see, we survived that. Here is the biggest thing I want you to take from this video. Stop calling yourself lazy. That word has been protecting the fear, not you. It gives you an explanation that feels bad but requires nothing to change because I'm lazy sounds like a fixed trait, something you just are, while I'm scared sounds like something you can actually do something about. One is an identity, the other is a moment, and moments pass. Courage was never the absence of fear. Lincoln was afraid. Myra was afraid. Every person you've ever admired for just doing it was afraid the exact same way you are right now. The only difference between them and the version of you that stays stuck is that they acted while afraid and let the fear ride along instead of waiting for it to leave first. It's never going to leave first. That was never the deal. So here's what I want you to do the moment this video ends. Not tomorrow, not when you feel ready. Right now, open the thing you've been avoiding. Give it 5 minutes. Let it be bad. Let it be messy. You don't have to feel brave to do this. You just have to do it while scared. And that is the entire definition of courage that anyone has ever actually lived by. You were never lazy. You were just waiting for permission to be scared and do it anyway.